Hi viewers, I welcome you to Rim TV. It is the station where you watch and learn. I will be taking you through geography from 3, lesson number 8. The topic it is weathering. I'm your tutor, Lucy Mudoni. Welcome. Let us look at our lesson goals. Today we are going to look at the biological weathering and its processes. So that is what you'll be looking at, what you'll be discussing. Let us look at the biological weathering. Biological weathering, it is whereby now the agents of weathering are living organisms. They act as the agent of the weathering, living organisms. It may either be mechanical or chemical form of weathering, but the things or the agent of weathering are supposed to be the living organisms. It is also referred to as the organic weathering. It takes place through the following actions. Or it can take place when now the plants act on the rock, when the animals act on the rock, or when the human activities are operated on the rocks. It results to the weathering. All that is what it entails when it is biological weathering. Now, how does the plants result to the biological weathering? When we take the roots of the trees, when they are growing, they go to the joints in the rocks, and after they get these joints, they widen them to become cracks. Finally, they crack. So that is one way. When the roots penetrate on the joints, they force this joint to enlarge and finally cracking. The second way, we have plants like algae. The algae will retain water on the surface, thus keeping it moist. And remember, when the surface of the rock is moist, water is required as an agent of weathering. So it starts now, a chemical weathering start taking place there. The third way, it is the decaying vegetation releases organic acid. And remember, when now it is organic acid, it starts reacting with the materials that are present in the rock. Thus, weathering. The fourth way, we have the close cover of vegetation discourages the weathering. Now, when we plant the cover crops, they don't allow water to penetrate through them. They don't allow it to get into contact with the rock. So as a result, it discourages the weather. So those are some of the ways in which plants are going to encourage the weather. For example, you can be able to see how that root is penetrating through the joint, the cracks. So biological weathering is the process of plant breaking up rocks with its roots or root expand. This process happens slowly. The process happens slowly, but it can strongly influence the landscape formation. And then there is something called leaching, the combination of algae and the fungi. This one eats up the rock slowly. And finally, weathering. You can be able to see an example there. How does the human activities also cause the weathering? We have the rocks that are broken up when they are bursting with explosive in quarrels. That is weathering. So during that process of curing, when human being is getting the rocks, blasting the rocks there, is also facilitating the weathering. The second way, it is rocks are scoped and carried away during the open cast mining method. Now, this is another way mining that helps in weathering. Another one, it is the air pollution. Remember, when you talk about the air pollution, it causes the rain to become acidic. And thus now, when that rain becomes acidic, it starts reacting with the rocks. Another one is the bush fires. This one results to the high temperatures, a heating of the rocks. Thus now expansion and physical weathering takes place. Then we also have rocks are affected by the chemicals released by the industries. So that is also another way in which the human activities will influence the weathering. Let us go to the animals. Before we go to the animals, you can be able to see those are the ways human being used as an agent of weathering. During the quarrying, when you are doing the mining, all those ones now, they are the weathering. The next one, we go to the animals. How does the animals cause the weathering? We have the hoofed animals. When they walk on top of the rocks, they cause them to break. We also have the burrowing animals. We also have the uric acid that is released by the animals. Will react with the rocks, especially that of rabbit, resulting to the weathering. Then we also have the termites and worms. Brings to the surface large quantities of fine materials which promote weathering as lower layers of rocks becomes aerated. So those are the ways in which animals result to the weathering. You can be able to see the burrowing animals. You can be able to see the rodents, how they cause the weathering. Then the activity for today, explain 4 ways in which plant facilitate weathering. For more information, you can go to the KLB 2003 Secondary Geography Student Book 3, that edition. You can also contact us through an SMS to the number. You can also get us from the YouTube. You can also get us from the Facebook, and also you can Twitter us. Stay tuned to the Dream TV. Thank you.